The Golden State Warriors select Eric Paschall from Villanova University.
Eric Luther Paschall, born November 4th, 1996. Today's feature came into the league as a second-round pick, seen by many as a potential diamond in the rough for the Golden State Warriors. He wasn't expected to be a superstar from the start, but he quickly surprised everyone by emerging as one of the most promising rookies in the NBA during his debut season. His early displays on the court were electric, a mix of raw power, fearless drives, and a knack for finishing plays that left fans and analysts buzzing. Growing up, Paschall had carved out a reputation in high school and college by turning ordinary moments into highlight reel plays. His achievements in those early years were impressive, showcasing a unique blend of athleticism and grit that earned him that coveted shot in the big leagues. In college, he was known for his explosive style and ability to take over games in a matter of minutes. Coaches and scouts noted his potential even if he didn't have the polished skills of some higher draft picks. This was the kind of talent that suggested he could grow into a major role player, a true steal for a team like the Warriors. His pre-NBA record was filled with moments where he outplayed opponents with his determination and raw ability, which set high expectations for his transition to the professional stage. During his rookie season, Eric seemed to live up to the hype. He dazzled on the court with powerful plays to the basket and made plays that turned doubters into believers. Every fast break and quick move hinted at the star he could become. For a while, it looked like he was on track to redefine what it meant to be a second-round pick, a player who could overcome the odds and make an immediate impact in a league filled with talent. However, despite that explosive start, things began to fall apart. The skills that got him noticed initially weren't enough to sustain his performance over time. As the season progressed, his game started to lose its spark. The intense pressure and high level of competition in the NBA quickly exposed the gaps in his development. The promise of his rookie year faded dramatically, leaving behind a story of what might have been. Now, Paschall is playing overseas, far removed from the NBA spotlight, with only a slim chance of ever reclaiming the form he once flashed so brilliantly. What happened to this once promising young star? Let's talk about it. It's your boy JC Stunted Growth. Let's get it. Take a minute to like, subscribe, and comment on who I should do next. Eric Paschall is a listed 6'7" power forward from Sleepy Hollow, New York, whose journey to the NBA began long before the bright lights of the Warriors arena. Growing up in a modest background, he discovered his love for basketball early on, quickly making a name for himself in high school. Known for his explosive athleticism and fierce determination, Paschall caught the attention of scouts and coaches who saw something special in his raw play. Despite being a second-round pick, his standout performances in college and his brief flashes of brilliance during his rookie season hinted at a hidden talent, a diamond in the rough waiting to shine. His ability to take over games in just a few minutes showed everyone that he had the potential to compete with the best. However, the leap from college to the NBA's fast pace was a steep climb. His promising start marked the beginning of a challenging journey, as the demands of the league soon tested every bit of his skill and resolve. Stunt number 1, the illusion of rookie brilliance. Eric Paschall's breakout rookie season was a classic case of opportunity meeting circumstance, an illusion that made him seem far better than he truly was. That season, the Warriors managed just 15 wins, one of the worst records in the franchise's history and the lowest since the Steph Curry era. With Curry playing only 5 games, Andrew Wiggins appearing in just 12, Draymond Green suiting up for 43, and Klay Thompson missing the entire season due to injury, the roster was deeply depleted. This left massive gaps in talent and experience, giving unexpected chances to players who normally wouldn't see significant minutes. In this unusual environment, names like Alec Burks, D'Angelo Russell, and Eric Paschall were thrust into the spotlight. Paschall's energetic plays and flashy highlights during those sparse outings gave the impression that he was a rising star, ready to take the league by storm. His numbers and moments on the court, however, were inflated by the fact he was playing in a weakened system. With the core of the team sidelined, the spotlight shined on anyone who could contribute, making it look like Paschall was a cornerstone of the future. But once the Warriors roster began to return to full strength, the reality set in. The league's true competition reasserted itself, and the inflated expectations from that battered season quickly dissolved. Paschall found himself overshadowed by the return of established talents, and the once promising rookie performance was revealed to be more of a statistical anomaly than a sustainable skill set. This growth stunt not only set unrealistic expectations, but also underscored the challenge of proving oneself when initial success is built on a shaky foundation. Stunt number 2, limited opportunity to develop. After that unusual rookie season, the return of the Warriors' full roster changed everything for Eric Paschall. With key players like Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson back in action, the team quickly moved away from relying on Paschall's temporary role. During that rough season when many stars were absent, Paschall received more minutes and was given a chance to show what he could do. But as soon as the regular rotation was restored, his playing time was cut dramatically. This reduction in minutes had a major impact on his development. In a league where every minute on the court is a chance to learn and improve, being sidelined meant fewer opportunities to face high-level competition and to refine his game. Practices and limited game appearances could only do so much when the focus was on winning, not on growing a young player's skills. The coaching staff, focused on maximizing the talents of their veterans, had little room to experiment with or invest in a player who was still finding his footing. For Paschall, this shift was a double setback. Not only had his early season numbers been inflated by the absence of key teammates, but he also lost the chance to build on that foundation once the team returned to full strength. The extra time on the court that once gave him the chance to learn the nuances of the NBA was gone. Instead, he was expected to fit into a system where his role was already defined and limited. Over time, this lack of consistent play and reduced exposure to competitive game situations widened the gap between his early promise and his actual progress. Ultimately, the Warriors' return to form turned his brief moment of opportunity into a significant barrier to further development. Stunt number 3, undersized and out of position. In the NBA, physical attributes and proper positioning are crucial, and for Eric Paschall, this became a major hurdle. While his athleticism and quickness helped him stand out in college, they couldn't completely make up for the fact he was often undersized for the roles he was asked to fill at the professional level. As the Warriors' full roster returned, Paschall found himself frequently matched against bigger and stronger opponents. This physical mismatch was most apparent on the defensive end, where he struggled to contest shots and secure rebounds against players built for power and size. The Warriors, dealing with injuries and roster adjustments, sometimes deployed Paschall in positions that were not a natural fit. There were instances when he was asked to cover roles typically reserved for more traditional power forwards. In these situations, his frame was simply not up to the task. Being out of position meant he was not only facing quicker guards, but also having to defend against taller, more physical players. Every game, the physical disparities were evident. Defenders who could overpower him and players on offense who exploited the gaps left by his struggles. This constant challenge of playing out of position significantly affected his confidence and overall performance. Instead of being able to develop his game at his own pace, he was continually forced into situations that emphasized his physical limitations. The inability to find a role that played into his strengths ultimately contributed to the decline of his early promise. The mismatch between his size and the expectations of the NBA level proved to be a major hurdle, one that pushed him further away from realizing his full potential and eventually led him to seek opportunities overseas. All in all, Eric Paschall's brief time in the NBA offers a sobering look on how opportunity and environment can distort a player's true potential. His rookie season, fueled by a depleted roster, created an illusion of brilliance that quickly evaporated when key stars returned. The challenges of being undersized and playing out of position became increasingly clear, leaving him with limited opportunities to develop further. Faced with a league that demanded constant growth and precise execution, Paschall's early promise was overshadowed by the reality of pro sports. Today, he's playing overseas, seeking a fresh start and a role that better suits his skills. While his journey continues in a new setting, his story serves as a reminder that raw talent alone isn't enough for lasting success. Consistent development, proper positioning, and the right environment are essential for any athlete striving to reach their full potential. Paschall's journey reflects determination to overcome obstacles, but for these reasons, his growth was stunted. Salute, much respect. It's your boy JC Stunted Growth, and I'm out.